and just do it. And so this is kind of an interesting thing. This is Nosher meets nostalgia.
Yes.
Because I came across something, I should say that. And I was thinking in terms of tasting it. It's not different, but it is, and we're going to talk about that. But then I thought about it and realized that there's some nostalgia to it.
Yes, there is.
There definitely is. And if you're our age, it's probably been so long. I was going to say some people might not even realize that they've changed it. I don't know when they change it, and I meant to look it up and I forgot. But soft drinks used to be made with real sugar and not high fructose corn syrup.
Yes.
High fructose corn syrup was introduced later on as a cheaper alternative because they didn't need as much and they could make it cheaply. But it's really horrible for you. I mean,
right.
There was some controversy. You talk about nostalgia. There was some controversy, and in fact, the high fructose corn syrup people went on a campaign about how it was no different than sugar, and
right.
it was made from corn, and isn't it wonderful? And they actually had to take that campaign down,
right,
because it was untrue. There were some people who did some studies and some research and found that the high fructose corn syrup was managed differently by the liver than cane sugar.
Right.
Now, from what I understand too, from some people, is it made the texture different. But they are starting to put out soft drinks, and this is an interesting thing too, because we were talking about it's in a bottle, but with
a glass bottle.
Glass bottle. Sorry, I was tapping it. And this is made with cane sugar and not the high fructose corn syrup. We've got 3 flavors here. And this one is a Fanta orange. And there was just something in me. I thought, I think we ought to taste it and see what we remember, what we don't, how it seems. Because, like I said, a lot of people who are a little more, if you want to say soft drink connoisseurs or something, have always talked about the difference in the mouthfeel.
Right.
So that we wouldn't remember too much, because when we were discussing about doing this, one of the things we were talking about was that growing up, our family did not buy the regular soft drinks. Our big soft drink load was Diet Right.
Mm-hmm.
And even then it was different. I mean,
yeah.
It tastes pretty good. And we used to drink Tab and Fresca.
It was the saccharin in it instead of the
And it was
whatever.
saccharin instead of, NutraSweet or whatever they're calling it. In some places it's Splenda. And none of it's, what's really interesting is that they're finding out that the saccharin was better for you than those other 2.
Yes.
I mean, think
definitely.
about that. And
even though it was very hard on the liver too.
And anything,
but not as hard as the new stuff.
Right. I mean, because anything that isn't food, your body tries to filter it out. Mm-hmm. And so it is. It's hard on the liver, hard on the kidneys, and it's just kind of a thing. So I thought we'd dive into this and talk about it a little.
And I will preface by saying neither one of us is an orange soda fan.
Person. Now, I think for just a reference point, when I've had orange soda in my lifetime, when I was a child, basically it was Faygo.
And I've had Sunkist.
And I've had Sunkist, and I've had Slice Orange.
I never had Slice. Sunkist was okay, but it had caffeine in it.
That's right.
Which was an odd thing to add to a orange soda.
But I'm going to say this, that Sunkist used the Beach Boys for their television commercials, their songs.
Yeah.
So, you've got the bottle opener.
No,
Oh. Well, what I mean is, it's your bottle opener, and you know kind of how to... the sound. Now that's nostalgic too. That's what I call the sound. And you can can you see with the little vapor coming out?
Yeah.
That's one thing they used to have. It doesn't happen so much with the plastic bottles.
And definitely not the cans.
Okay, so when?
That's good.
Okay.
It's enough for a couple sips.
Right. Okay.
Smells like orange soda.
Smells like orange soda. L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Tastes
Kind
like
of flat. I'm getting a flatness to it.
I
Like
just,
all the carbonation came out opening it. And I don't.
but I feel that it's there, and I think that's some of it because I think that the diet soda is actually more carbonated than the regular. That's something to remember. I think it tastes like baby aspirin,
Yes.
which is not a good thing.
No.
So, now, for those of you who are tuning into this on the Nostalgia Sisters channel, when we rate our food on the Nosher, we give things 1 to 5 bites. We can give this 1 to 5 sips. That's the 1 sip.
I'll give it a 1 sip.
Okay.
And like I said, I feel it's a little flat.
Yeah,
Which I
I don't know if that's. Now this is for a wine bottle. Let's see if this. Oh, ta-da! Well, a bottle's a bottle, right? Mm-hmm. So I thought maybe the original Big Nosher, that's our dad, would.
He might like them.
Yeah,
He always did he liked orange soda.
Yeah, okay, so we got Sprite with a green bottle, green glass bottle. Now, what's interesting is, like I said, in our home, now when we had lemon limes, now I've got a story. I've actually got a story because this is like one of those things like where what was she thinking? When we had lemon lime soda in the house, it was 7-Up brand, and of course it was diet.
And it was different than Sprite. It's not
Way
quite
different.
the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I don't care for 7-Up, but I'm going to tell you.
I do.
Okay. But here's the story. When we were sick to our stomach, the doctor would always say, give them 7-Up. The doctor didn't realize that she was buying diet.
Right.
The idea was to get some glucose back in our systems.
Right.
And so it wasn't helping. In fact, it was making it worse because you could get more sick to your stomach having to deal with the saccharin.
Right.
So there's a story that she didn't know what she was really supposed to be giving us.
Right.
And when I went to restaurants is usually when I had, you too, I imagine, when we'd have the real soda. And I usually only ordered colas. I usually never had this. So I'm going to say this, I've never tasted a real Sprite. I mean, and
I don't know if I have or not.
because I've only had like diet lemon lime sodas. I've never had an actual. Wee. And some people. Do you remember when
That's good.
Okay. There's a little more fizz to that.
Yeah, there's a little more fizz to that, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
Because I like a little fizz.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you know that remember when like inside the bottle cap there used to be a thing you could pull off and
Yeah.
see if you won something?
Mm-hmm.
Skull.
To me, here again, even with the bubbles, it seems a little flat.
No, it doesn't seem flat to me, but the flavor's not there.
No. It's very, very light.
Huh. I mean, it kind of tastes like sweet seltzer.
Yeah.
So that's kind of strange.
I wonder if they've changed something else in the recipe and to add the sugar back in.
No, or you know what I'm wondering is if the people, though, even though it's supposedly from the same company, if they've had to change the recipe for some reason because
Yeah.
they're tampering with it. That gets another 1 sip.
Yeah.
That's wow. Huh.
And I'm just gonna.
Okay, I'm trying to.
Okay.
Okay. See, that way I can.
And people might wonder, where did you get the caps?
Oh, this is funny. I found these are Spirit Savers. I think our mom got them at. There's some kind of a liquor store.
Total Wine?
Total Wine.
Oh, okay.
And I found these in the drawer. I figured if that would fit over a wine bottle, it would fit over this.
Okay.
Now, I don't know. Here's another memory out of this. Nostalgia-wise, Tupperware is still around, but when I talk about Tupperware, think about Tupperware, I think about the 60s and 70s of
Right.
Tupperware. And I think these things came from Tupperware, but because we used to have the deposit bottles of pop in the house, and there were these little lids, and you were supposed to put one end, it had like a hole over the neck of the
yes.
bottle and fold it over and cap
yes.
it. And nobody in our family ever did that. They just capped it. Mm-hmm. But they were these, and they were Tupperware. I
Yeah.
think they were Tupperware
I think
because they were
so.
clear. So we used to use those, and I was thinking, well, I don't, yeah, because, you know.
Okay, but it was just something, like I said, one of our viewers might have
Yeah.
wondered.
What are those? So if you have these pop bottles and if you have the thing to save your wine, they fit. Mm-hmm. See, we did the research for you. Now here's the one we were both kind of. This is the one because this is what we drank when we would have
A
regular soda. Now I am going to say that it's interesting because, you know, restaurants usually had Pepsi or Coca-Cola. And truthfully, you know, it was a friend of mine who they always had Royal Crown. And I discovered that I liked Royal Crown better than either of these.
Yeah.
But you couldn't usually find them. And so what would really be great is to find a Royal Crown made with the sugar to see, because that's the one I preferred. But in the diet, it was always the Diet Right, which was Royal Crown.
Yeah, but then later on, they actually did have a Diet RC,
They sure did.
which was totally different than Diet Right.
Right, but it didn't sell. They ended up going back to being
Yeah.
Diet Right. And Royal Crown was the first cola to go caffeine free.
Yes, because of the Diet Right.
No, Diet Right had caffeine in it. They had that product. It was called RC100. RC100's got nothing. Remember the jingle?
Yeah.
No sugar and no caffeine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then eventually Diet Right took over the RC100.
Yeah.
And they had that. They were also the first one to go NutraSweet.
Yeah.
And what I remember is the first time I found it, it was like in 1983 in Los
And it
Angeles.
didn't taste as good. The saccharin was a lot better.
The saccharin was better because I ended up switching to Tab if I could find it. But that was my thing. But usually, like I said, we were drinking Diet Pop.
Yeah.
So, all right. Here we go.
You know what? These do have the little things in there that you can take out.
No,
There's
but
just
they
nothing under them.
Right. I'm just saying. You remember they? Yeah.
Just
Okay.
That's good.
Oh, it's fizzing. Now you want to know what? I bet if we poured out the whole bottle, you'd start seeing a lot of fizzy
Yeah,
because that's how it used to.
it definitely smells like Coke.
Yeah.
And Coke to me has a very different smell than Pepsi,
Yes.
which I,
Does it-
diet-wise, I prefer the Diet Coke to Diet Pepsi, and I like fountain more than bottle or can.
Yeah. Here we go. How come that tastes like Pepsi?
It does. It doesn't taste like Coke.
It tastes like
It barely tastes like cola.
No, but it tastes more like no, you know what it tastes like the Shasta Cola.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, I mean it tastes
Speaking
closer
of-
to that.
speaking- Yeah, Shasta,
Shasta and Faygo Cola were similar and
not good.
not good, and this tastes closer to that. You know what? I'm starting to think they weren't allowed to use the real recipe
I don't think so.
to go back and use sugar, and I think that's a
Yeah.
shame.
Yeah, something is definitely off. And speaking of nostalgia sodas, Shasta and Faygo,
Yeah, we were. Ugh.
I did not like any of the Shasta flavors.
Mm-hmm.
They all had kind of a weird.
Yeah, Shasta was strange.
Faygo had some very good flavors. And there were 3 in particular on Faygo that were my favorites. I liked the Frosh, which was a lemon lime and it was actually green.
No, it wasn't lemon lime because they had lemon lime. That was Frosh was more like it was citrus. It was like Fresca,
Fresca. And it was
But it
very
was
good.
green.
And it was very good.
neon green.
And I know that this wasn't one of yours, but I liked the Red Pop, which was
Yeah.
like a strawberry soda.
It was supposedly a blend of strawberry and something else, but I don't know what.
The strawberry was a very
Yeah, I
forward
guess.
flavor.
Yeah,
And then-
Red Pop is sort of what they were more known for, I think.
Yeah. And then my other one was the pineapple orange,
Oh, okay.
which
It's
was
odd
the
because you don't like the orange. plain.
first time I'd ever had something pineapple orange flavor, and it was very good. But what was your favorite on the Fagos?
On the Fagos, probably I liked the Frosh. I mean, that's the first one I had, I think.
Yeah. Their root beer was not good either.
No, my favorite root beer was A&W.
And I actually don't care for the A&W. My favorite root beer was a brand called Mason's.
Oh, I never had it.
And it came in, I used to get them, I used to go fishing with a friend. We would stop at the bait shop and they had a soda machine.
Excuse me.
And it had Mason root beer and Welch's grape soda.
Oh, okay.
And the Mason root beer came in a yellow can with a big M on it. And that was a good root beer.
Yeah, I never had that. See, the thing is, by the time I was drinking by the time A&W came like commercially available in the stores, the root beer we'd had was Faygo,
Yeah,
and it wasn't
good.
good. I mean, I just
It
didn't
didn't have the right fizz.
or I didn't. I don't
Because, root beer should have a very
foamy.
fizz.
Yeah.
And the Faygo
Now,
didn't have it.
overall, I think I was going to say I was a Dr. Pepper person. I actually liked, I mean, all that time, I liked Dr. Pepper if I could get it.
I never liked the regular Dr. Pepper. I only liked the diet, which is, I mean, it is what I'm used to, but certain sodas just seem too thick for me. And Dr. Pepper is definitely, I'm
wondering if
and
that
also the Mountain Dew, but of course I don't like the Diet Mountain Dew either.
Of course, what I'm wondering about that is I'm wondering if it's the high fructose corn syrup making it seem thick. Because it's syrup.
Probably.
So,
But I didn't.
yeah,
But I do like the Diet Dr. Pepper, and you can't find it everywhere. But there are a couple restaurants that actually have it on their soda machines.
Now, my thing is because I get migraines from the artificial sweeteners, so
Yeah.
that's, that leaves me, I don't drink that anymore. That wasn't, now I'm going to say this. I didn't get migraines from saccharin.
Right.
I get migraines from NutraSweet,
The
whatever.
chemical.
Yeah, NutraSweet and Splenda, the whatever
Yeah.
their chemical names are. So that's kind of what happens there. And oh wow, that wasn't as. I thought that was going to be a little more.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed, but I think they must have to do the sugar. They weren't allowed to use the real formula,
Right.
which to me the original formula is what they should be using.
Right.
And they should go back to that. They should go back to that. They should.
Because to me, none of them.
They didn't taste
None of them
right.
were good.
No, they didn't taste right. Yeah. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to we're gonna have to go get something to kill the taste.
Yeah.
I mean, that was disappointing. That's when we have high hopes. And again, if you are seeing this on the Nostalgia Sisters channel, over on the Big Nosher, we get products we have high hopes for all the time.
Right.
And just sometimes, and it makes it more disappointing. Mm-hmm. Because this was something we were kind of excited about, looking forward to seeing what the sugar soda. Now, I was going to say, you have some kind of soda brand that you buy that's sugar-based, isn't it?
I've been getting, it's called Poppi, Poppi. I first found them on QVC, but I never bought them from QVC. I bought them from the store. They come single cans, or you can get a 4-pack. Mm-hmm. There is some sugar in it, but they are low sugar, low carb. There's no more than 4 to 5 carbs of sugar per can. Mm-hmm. And they're made with apple cider vinegar because it's a probiotic.
Right.
And some of them are good, some of them are bad. And
or your preference,
Or your preference.
Yeah.
I didn't care for the cola. I didn't care for the Dr. Pepper one, definitely.
Oh, that's the one I tried with
Yes.
you. That was high hopes on that.
And like I said, there's, some of them are okay, but they are a little bit better for you.
Right.
And
But I see a whole like
I'm not a huge soda drinker.
I'm not either. But the thing is, I literally there's a whole display of different sodas at the store that are sugar based, but I don't want to start buying all
Right.
of them and trying to figure it out.
And my issue with the sodas is even the ones that I do like. I keep some cans of, the small cans of ginger ale or whatever in the
Right.
refrigerator in case I need something.
Right.
I have to have the carbonation. But I do not like bottled soda. I do not like canned soda. Mm-hmm. And if
You
I'm going to
prefer the
have,
fountain.
I prefer the fountain, and a couple of the restaurants do have the Diet Dr. Pepper in the fountain. Mm-hmm. So I might treat myself to one.
See,
And if they don't, maybe a Diet Coke. But
So my thing for that is that if I have to pick modern bottle, modern can, I will go for the can
yes,
because I feel like the plastic bottles
they
they
do
leach. They leach, and then they also some of the carbonation gets out. So
Yeah.
I don't like those.
Yeah, I prefer the cans over the plastic bottles, definitely.
So anyway, if you are watching on the Nostalgia Sisters channel and you enjoyed the element of the food tasting, can check out our other channel. It's called The Big Nosher, and that's all we do there is we nosh. That's the way I put it. We review foods that are both gluten-free and vegan.
Mm-hmm.
So
we only
yeah.
do foods that are gluten-free
Right.
and vegan.
right.
Although, I'm neither.
And I'm
She's
both.
both.
And I'm both. And I will say, if you're watching on the Big Nosher channel, the Nostalgia Sisters, it's basically self-explanatory on that. We wax nostalgia.
Yeah.
Because we are of that age where we like to look back and talk about things we find. And at this point, you can look at the channel and we're talking about our mother's matchbook collection
Yeah.
and there's different episodes there. And so whatever channel you're watching on, we hope to see you next time.
And check out the other channel.
And check out the other channel.
Bye.